What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris, back again with another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the one hero who changed Call of Dragons forever. Ever since this culprit was introduced into the game, we have seen the rise and fall of so many metas in Call of Dragons. The game developers even had to make some changes just so that people can keep up with this hero. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Without wasting any more time, let us discuss this culprit in Call of Dragons. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the one hero that's responsible for bringing many changes into Call of Dragons is Mr. Kuma. Ever since this hero was introduced into the game, we have seen the rise and fall of so many things in Call of Dragons. We're going to discuss them today. The video will be divided into chapters. You can skip to a specific chapter that you are looking for. So let us rewind the clock back to a few months ago when we did not have Kuma in the game. What was really happening? We had Goresh and Skogul, and we did not have a lot of infantry on the field. Many people did not care about infantry. DPS pets were doing so good. Things were great. There were so many archers on the open field, and life was good for everybody. And then the devs decided to introduce this dude. He pretty much changed the game. Now, since Kuma is very powerful, he can do a lot of counter attack. He can last for very long. Every single player in every single alliance decided to invest in this hero. So most alliances usually have like 200 players, and you're going to see that all 200 players have a Kuma Kwan. Now the open field is full of Kuma. We got so many blinks, we got so many stuff. We have seen the downfall of archers, and it's all because of Kuma. Everybody has a Kuma. They come on your face with a blink, and boom, your archers are dead. That's just what was happening. So many archers decided to leave the game, and some of them ended up switching to a different troop type altogether. And it's all because of this guy here on the screen. So let us see what has happened to the archers in Call of Dragons, which is going to be the first topic of the video. What has Kuma done to the archer troop type in the game? So the archer troop types were kind of like disappearing on the field. People were leaving because there was no room for them to play. Mages were just annihilating them, especially with the blink infantry and the excess Kuma on the field. Things were not looking good for the archers in Call of Dragons. So the devs had to step in. And what caused all of this? It is Kuma. Everybody has a Kuma. They just jump on your face and boom, you're dead. So the devs decided to bring this new buff for the archers known as the Tenacious Pursuit right here. When the Legion takes magic damage from an enemy Legion outside its range, while in the field, it takes 3.5% less magic damage for 10 seconds, maximum 10 stacks, and gains 8% march speed for 5 seconds, maximum 5 stacks. These effects can be triggered by the same enemy Legion once every 12 seconds. So because of the Kuma, the archers were not able to reach the mages. When you bring your archers to the field, it gets overwhelmed by so many infantry that they cannot really do anything. And these archers were not doing a lot of damage. So when the devs brought these changes, it did not do anything. People were still leaving archers in numbers. And then the devs decided to think outside the box and change the game forever. So the devs decided to buff the G4 and the G5 archers. And things are looking crazy on the field. They fixed the problem with just few simple changes in the game. So what you're looking at right now on the screen are the 4 best archers in Call of Dragons. And in the order of strength, we got Ruby Kalen as the strongest archers in the game, followed by Sibyl and Falgrim as the second strongest, and then Margaret and Zeta as the third strongest. These archers can do so much damage on the field, it is absolutely ridiculous. I myself am beginning to transition into the archer troop type because their damage output is just significant. When you look at my archer investment, I just need to max out Ruby and I will be good to go. My Kalen is maxed out, my Sibyl is maxed out, my Falgrim is almost maxed out. I got a good Iron Task, it's level 2, but that's not bad. And then you look at the Ruby artifact, it's got Exemplar, it's level 1. I still have one chest here in the inventory that I'm going to use to maybe get one of the archer artifacts. this one right here, Roaring Rager, might be what I go for. So all because of Kuma, the devs ended up finding a simple solution for the archer troop type. And let me tell you guys, if you're not paying attention to the archers, then you don't know what you're missing out. These archers are just annihilating everything on the field. And with the arrival of the G5 infantry, there is going to be so many infantry on the field. The infestation is going to go to the next level. And it's good that the devs have decided to buff G4 and G5 archers and just make them as strong as possible. This is going to be excellent in dealing with this infantry on the field. And you know, when people blink on you with these blinks, these archers are going to be annihilating mages. As soon as these archers start getting close to the mages, oh my goodness, the merit printing is next level. You got Ruby hitting numbers up to 150. You got Sibyl hitting almost up to 150. You got Margaret Zeta. We already know what they can do, almost 150. All of this is because of Mr. Kuma and everything that he brought into the game. The next topic of the video is going to be the rise of the Elk Riders. And all of this was brought about because of the introduction of Kuma. When Kuma wasn't in the game, we did not have a lot of Elk Riders. But now we got so many Elk Riders because the infantry infestation on the field is next level. And the best way to kill them is with Elk Riders. You got Elk Riders taking up to like 50% less damage when they fight multiple enemies on the field, which is very, very good for the Elk Rider troop type. I have started seeing so many people go back to the Spring Warden faction. Not many people like the Spring Warden faction, but now with the abundant numbers of infantry in the open field, these Elk Riders have become so good for the open field fighting. I was in the Spring Warden faction, but I decided to switch because my troop types are more geared towards the League of Order. But in the future, I might return to the Spring Warden as soon as the devs decide to add more flying heroes. I wasn't liking the Forest Eagles on the field. Every time I bring my 5-match cavalry, I just get annihilated. It's the reason I decided to go back to the League of Order for the end of the season. But as of right now, the Elk Riders have become a viable troop type in the open field, and it's all because of Kuma. Every single alliance has over 200 players, and each one of those players has a Kuma. They just send them to the field until they run out of stamina, which means there is going to be a lot of fresh food for your Elk Riders on the field. I kind of like the Elk Riders. They are okay. They are doing decent on the field. But man, ever since the devs decided to buff the archers, another reason why I decided to switch back to the League of Order, it's because of these archers have been buffed. And my troop types are more geared towards the League of Order. Man, these archers are doing some good stuff on the field. But rest assured, the Elk Riders are also fantastic for open field combat as of right now. And that's all because of Kuma and his crazy counter attack. It is funny how one hero in the game can change the dynamic, can change the way the game goes forward. Do you guys think we're gonna get another hero like Kuma who's gonna change Call of Dragons in the future? Let me know down below. And right now we got G5 infantry on the field as well. The number of infestation is going to double, which means there is going to be a lot of fresh food for your Elk Riders and your archers. So things are looking good. All thanks to Kuma and his crazy counter attack. Everybody has him. Open field is full of Kuma. You need to find a way to eradicate this culprit. So you go Elk Riders, you got archers. They are doing good right now. Topic number 3 for the video is something that we did not see coming, and it's all because of Kuma. Yep, we're gonna talk about Kuma a lot today. So Kuma has resulted in the death of DPS pets. Like nobody cares about DPS pets these days. When you attack a Kuma with your normal attack, he is going to do more counter-attack damage when compared to your normal attack. So people have started using Sand Lizard instead of DPS pets. So here is an example of a Sand Lizard. I myself, I have 5 Sand Lizards for the open field. And all of these Sand Lizards are there to mitigate the counter attack of Kuma. Remember, every single player and their grandma and their dog and their whatever pet that they have are coming out with a Kuma. And that Kuma is doing so much damage. there is unlimited number of Kuma in the open field. And if you want to stay longer on the field, you need 5 Sand Lizards to help you withstand all the counterattack damage. We have seen the downfall of all the DPS pets in the game. Nobody cares about Sapphire Frederick, nobody cares about Seraphic, nobody cares about all these DPS pets that you see over here, except if you're using cavalry. And even with cavalry, people who use elk riders are switching to 5 Sand Lizards just so that they can mitigate the counter attack of this guy that you see here on the screen. Now this is kind of good for the players in the game because they don't have to invest a lot. It is very cheap to build a Sand Lizard. Unfortunately, this is going to hit the devs in the pocket because they're not going to be getting a lot of money. As you know, people just go after Sand Lizards, very cheap to build. They don't really care about DPS pets anymore. When you look at the skills for the DPS pets, nobody buys them. These skills used to be so expensive because people were focusing on DPS pets. This one used to be 28,000, this one used to be 28,000. You can see how the price have gone all the way down because nobody cares about them. And all of it is because of Kuma and his counter attack. As of right now, people just focus on this Tranquility. This used to be like 4,000, 5,000. You see the price is going up. The other one is the other booster. Where is it? Okay, it just disappeared. You know, when you record on the screen, you kind of become blind. You don't see the skills. Divine something or wherever. I don't see it. You probably saw it. So you can see here, we are seeing the downfall of all the DPS pets. Look at the pet prices. No one is buying this stuff for the DPS pets. The only DPS pet that people use is the Fire Cage for the Yunming, because Yunming is just like another Kuma on his own. So people want to have his pet. But other than that, everybody is using something else. So all of this is because of Kuma. We got so many Sand Lizards in the game. People don't care about DPS pets in the game. And if you don't want to fall behind, you might want to build yourself a few Sand Lizards. What I would recommend is not to fight with the Sand Lizard for a very long time because you get like crazy severely wounded. But if you play smart, you refresh your troops every now and then, you're going to be doing a lot of damage while not taking plenty of severely wounded. Remember, the more troops you have, the more normal attack you're going to do on the field. And this is going to be very crucial for archers as well on the field, which is a very good thing. So it's all thanks to Kuma we are seeing all these changes in the game. If you go and ask anybody, what pets should I build for my mages or my archers? They'll be like, go Sand Lizard. That's it. Simple. So we have seen the rise of the Sand Lizard and the downfall of all the DPS pets because of Kuma. I don't know what the devs are going to do about this. I kind of like how this has changed. Hopefully the devs can think outside the box and improve the pets in the game. Because as of right now, nobody cares about anything. It's all about Sand Lizards and Venomous Lizard for open field PvP. You build these 2 pets, you don't even look back and think about anything else. And with the arrival of the G5 infantry, there are going to be so many infantry on the field. I won't be surprised to see many people switch to become elk riders. And you know, when they come elk riders, we're going to see the downfall of these cavalry DPS pets, and we're going to see the rise of Sand Lizards for the elk riders as well. So, devs, think about improving the pets, man. Y'all gotta do something. Maybe introduce some nice skills for these DPS pets. Maybe some healing skills for these DPS pets, so that people can pop a healing skill on a Sapphire Frederick and use it on the field and get double value. That would be nice to see. The final topic of the video is going to be how Kuma has brought so many players to become infantry mains in the game, including myself. Yep, I was a mage main and cavalry main, but then when Kuma was introduced into the game, boom, I decided to switch. I became infantry player all the way. And now we got 2 strong infantry heroes in the game for the G5. Man, we're going to even see more infantry mains in the open field combat. So let me show you guys my troop count. Right now I got about 5.8 million infantry. This is what I have in my city. Life is good, man. Just yeet them into the crowd and come back with some juicy merits. I just smile. This is good, man. Infantry all the way. And now we got so many players becoming infantry players, and it's all because of Kuma. Man, we had the likes of Goresh in the Skogul in the game. Nobody gave a damn about them. But when Kuma came in, I've never seen anything like this before. Even Yun Ming is very powerful, but I don't think everyone uses a Yun Ming. Kuma is powerful. Everybody uses a Kuma. So this guy is something else. Do you guys think we will ever see another hero like Kuma in the game? Do you think the devs are going to introduce a broken hero who is going to change the dynamic of the game? Let me know down below. Now, Kuma has also brought about so many changes in the game. When you look at Garrison and Rallies, he is part of that. You gotta keep him there. He is anti-swamp. If you want to go outside and do something, you bring out Kuma. If you want to go anywhere, you bring out Kuma. You just walk around. You don't give a damn, man. You don't care about nobody. You get swamped, you'll be smiling. You fight somebody 1-1, you are smiling. You chase people, man, this guy is next level. He's changed Call of Dragons forever. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know down below some of the things that I missed. What has Kuma changed in Call of Dragons? What are some of the new changes that have come into the game because of Kuma? We have also seen the Yeeting Cavalry, the one where you have Naya or what is it called? Husk with the Kuma. You just throw them into a bunch of range units and you watch the merits print. A single culprit changed the game forever. Are we going to see somebody like Kuma? That is something to be determined. Me, myself, I've started becoming an archer player. I'm not even excited about these new mage heroes that are coming to the game. I am more looking forward to the G6 archers instead. I already have these 3 strong archers right now. I just need to add the G6 archers. With Syndron and Frega, if you want good stuff, you're gonna need the exemplar artifact. Unfortunately, I haven't got it. But these 3 archers are the real deal. And my account now, I am building it towards archers because they just look amazing. These archers can do some crazy damage. Take your Ruby and put her in the Alliance Keep and watch the merits print. Man, life is good as an archer right now. Those who play archers, they are smiling. So let me know down below some of the changes that came into the game due to Kuma. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.